James Hoffa, the general president of the International Brotherhood of Teamsters, is going to be holding a press conference this afternoon with Congressman Duncan Hunter, the Republican from California, and Bob Filner, the Democrat from California, at the Mexican border at Otay Mesa to talk about something that the Department of Transportation is up to. James Hoffa, Teamster.org, of course, is the website. Welcome back to our program.
Tom, it's good to be back.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us. Tell us, what's the DOT up to? What the hell's going on down on our southern border here with regard to trucking?
Well, you wouldn't believe it that, for over 20 years, the border has been closed, and because there isn't the same qualifications for drivers and equipment coming out of Mexico. We're very strict with our drivers here. They got to have a CDL. They got to have the right. The trucks have to be inspected. People have to have physicals, drug testing, and all that. They have to keep logbooks.
A CDL is a commercial driver's license, right?
Commercial driver's license. Right. So now this administration and the DOT is, after spending over $800 million so far, are hell-bent on opening this border and bringing these unsafe trucks across the border. And it's going to, again, lose jobs for American truck drivers, American warehousemen, but most importantly, it's going to endanger the American driving public. And what I'm going to say in my press conference is, they're playing Russian roulette with people's lives by letting these trucks on.
Yeah.
And it's an amazing story because, they go through all this. They say, we're being very careful. We're vetting these different trucks. And the first thing they did was, okay, here's a list of the trucks that have been let in. And we find a truck that's 20 years old that's been ruled off the highway 4 times. And they embarrassingly took it out of service and said, okay, that one won't be considered. If it wasn't for the Teamsters and it wasn't for, the congressmen and the Independent Drivers Association, this would have slipped through.
Wow.
So if we're catching this, what do you think is out there that we're not catching?
Right. And
this is basically the same stuff. We're going to open this border no matter what, no matter who gets hurt, no matter how many jobs are lost. It's working fine now. But what they want to do is to basically start this race to the bottom because they don't want to pay the rates of regular truck drivers, whether they're a union or non-union. And
right.
They get some kind of a bargain rate by hiring people from Mexico.
And you pointed out the Obama administration is promoting this policy, but the whole NAFTA, CAFTA, SHAFTA thing long predates President Obama. I'm curious if this is something that the administration is particularly enthusiastic about and pushing, or is this just institutional inertia? Did this start back during the Clinton or Ford or earlier Bush administration or even Reagan administration, and it's just had this momentum to keep momentum, I guess is the word, not inertia, to keep going, or has there been some new? I mean, what's going on?
Well, we basically shut it down. Bush tried the same pilot program, and we embarrassed him into basically doing the same thing, finding trucks with 25 violations, trucks that were unsafe, drivers that were untrained, and eventually we went to Congress and we had the whole thing defunded. The only way we could stop Bush was to fund it. And in the House, it was voted down 411-3, and in the Senate, 75-23, and we got it defunded. Now, that was Bush.
Right.
So, to say that I'm surprised that the Obama administration turns right around and comes back with this program all over again after it's been proven that it's dangerous, it's bad for the environment, it's already cost our government over $750 million just screwing around with this thing. And it's just on going on. I call it the zombie bill. Yeah. No matter how many times I kill it, it keeps coming back.
It's a
zombie. You watch those movies with the zombies.
Yeah. So is this?
So anyway, we really have a battle on our hands. But I'll tell you what I think is behind it. Number one, it's the big companies that have moved across the border, that have laid off Americans, that have moved their operations. Ford, General Electric, Caterpillar, everybody.
Building factories in Mexico to sell products into the United States. Yeah.
Now they put stuff in cheap, and they want to do it even cheaper so they can put the money in their pockets.
Yeah.
And they've really gotten to Calderon, who's the head of the government of Mexico. And, I think that there's a lot of things about, we want to have good relationships with Mexico. Mexico really wants this. And, we don't give a damn about the public. We're going to do it no matter what. That's where it's coming from.
That's tragic.
It's the old story, Tom. When you can't figure it out, money.
Yeah, follow the money. We're talking with James Hoffa, the general president of the International Brotherhood of Teamsters, Teamster.org. Is the solution to this for us to call our members of Congress and say stop this, or to call the White House? Has legislation already been passed to allow this, or is there legislation in the pipeline to block this? I mean, where do we go from here?
Well, Duncan Hunter and Peter DeFazio have already introduced legislation to stop this. So we're going to make sure, I hope that gets stopped so we can stop this insanity once again. Mm-hmm. But, it has a lot of inertia. I mean, they're pushing so hard to open the border to get, these trucks coming in. We keep on blowing it up by, number one, finding out how poor these trucks are. This one truck was pathetic, and, it's just another fiasco by the administration trying to push this too fast.
Yeah.
And the biggest thing is every study shows, even their own studies, which are done by their own attorney, internal investigation, shows that their trucks don't meet our standards, and the drivers are not trained. They don't keep logbooks. They don't have physicals. There's no drug testing like there is with regard to American truck drivers. And I got a joke. It's incredible about the drug testing. We went to a Senate hearing or a House hearing, and we asked them, okay, how are you going to do these drug tests down in Mexico?
Right.
And they admitted that in all of Mexico, this is hard to believe, there isn't one drug testing facility.
You're kidding.
So I said, okay, if there's nothing to do that, how are you going to test these drugs? Well, we're going to fly them to the United States and have them tested.
And then fly them back home and hope
fly
that...
them back. I mean, it's such a joke. I mean, you have to have, you're supposed to have, basically a custody line with regard to how it is.
Sure.
And they even take the temperature of your urine.
Yeah.
And this stuff could be a German Shepherd.
Right. Yeah, and they do that to make sure that it just came out of your body and not from a plastic bag you carried in. So,
absolutely.
Yeah. So Duncan Hunter, the right-wing Republican, and Peter DeFazio, one of the most progressive Democrats in the House of Representatives, one of the best guys, in my opinion, in the House of Representatives, have introduced...
And also Bob Filner, too.
And Bob Filner, another good Democrat, great guy, have introduced legislation to put a stop to this. And this is one of those moments when I think Republicans and Democrats across the country can say, this isn't a partisan issue. This is an American issue.
Well, I agree with you. And I think it's an issue of our highways, of everything we believe in. And basically, there can't be a double standard. If there's going to be one standard for American truck drivers, that should apply to everybody. Isn't it amazing we have no problem with Canada? They have the same standards up there. The Canadian drivers come over here, and no one says anything.
Yeah.
But when it comes to Mexico, they're not even close. They don't even have a database, the comprehensive database, that if you get a ticket somewhere or you kill somebody with your truck, that somebody knows about it and it's in a database.
Incredible.
We have that in the United States. If you get a ticket anywhere in the United States, it goes on your record in your state.
That's right.
They don't have that.
That's amazing. James Hoffa, General President, International Brotherhood of Teamsters, Teamsters. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.